Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Now in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how you can make product holding videos. So just imagine for a moment you can have your subjects holding products. Okay, so gym bottles, mobile telephones, maybe a pair of trainers, maybe a physical product that you're selling on a particular store, TikTok shop, or some kind of Shopify store that you may have. So this is a very powerful function and feature, and let me kind of show you of some of the designs that you can create, and I'm going to show you how we can do this step by step. So here you can see I've got some files here that I've created before, and if I play that, let's have a look at some of the creation. So here we have this is an oil filter for a vehicle, and you can make videos like this. Okay, so you can actually have subjects holding your products. So this would be great, you know, sales videos, promotional videos, selling videos, etc., etc. So if we just play this, okay, and we've got this is a gentleman now. We can see. Let me just play this one. This one's a really good one. So he takes the oil filter here, and then what he does, he goes and places it in the car. So you can actually make really high quality productions, commercial videos. Here we have the photographer at a wedding with his camera, and this was all possible within videoExpress. Okay, and then you can see there's a last one there where he's then taking pictures of the family. We have the lady here with the sunglasses, so this is another one. So you could just imagine here, if you had any products that you want to sell, you can have your subject holding them, etc., etc. So she has those sunglasses and now she's going to put them on. So just imagine the visual aspect of having your subjects or your creations demonstrating the products by creating these high quality commercial style videos. And here we have sunglasses, and the next one's going to be a handbag. Okay, so a really nice story where she sees a handbag. This could be a product that you're selling as an example, and then she goes and she now has it on her shoulder and she's walking. And we've got last but not least, there is a drone there. Now I want to show you one more example because I think this is really important. Here we got a dash cam product holding. So this was a product that you can actually purchase very inexpensively online. You can actually then sell it for yourself. So this was a creation of the gentleman. Then he is essentially promoting that dash cam. So as an example, if I had a product, a shop where I was selling products like a dash cam, then I can actually create a video ad promoting that product like so. Okay, so with this here, we can see we can put the information on there by using text effects. We've got transitions, and when the rendered video is created, then that will zoom in. So here we have, he is holding the dash cam, and there is a price, and there is audio being narrated as well at the same time. So very powerful stuff, and you'll see in the media library we've got so many other videos that were created for this specific purpose. I mean, there is just so much. So here's one. You can actually create really high quality videos. Here we have the lady with a handbag, drinks bottle, and a drone, and sunglasses. So multiple products actually in one scene. That just gives that flexibility when it comes to your imagination. Here we have another one. We've got a plumber. Okay, so maybe plumbing services. And you know, if you want to go more cinematic style, we've got the lady then a horror style movie. Okay, so really beautiful high level productions, and it just comes down to the prompt. I'm going to show you how this is possible and how you can do this too. So some really beautiful and amazing examples. Here we have another gym one. This is a gym ball, so you can imagine this is a product that you can actually white label or license it as your own, and then you can sell it in your own stores. So as I'm going through this, you'll see these are the creations that were made by using the power of product holding. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through that right now. So just imagine you can actually have products demonstrated professionally in your own style videos. So now we've got that out of the way, so you can kind of see the ability of what you can create. Let me create a new canvas here. Okay, so how would you start creating these product holding videos? So we've got a couple of aspects, and if you have Artistly, fantastic. So Artistly AI, if I just jump straight over, so Artistly AI will allow you to create highly professional, amazing jaw-dropping images. Okay, that's its sole specific purpose for this platform, to create amazing visuals. Okay, So you can see some of the creations that were made in Artistically. And with the integration element, I can actually bring them over into videoExpress and use them within this platform also. So if you're unaware how to do this, there's a tutorial on this, especially when it comes to integration. We simply go to Profiles in Artistically, extract the API key, and simply come to Import Media. And once you import media, select the tab here, and it'll ask you to enter the API key. Once you've done that, then you will see all the creations from Artistically. Now, the key thing is that all designs that you create within Artistically, make sure that they're going to be 16:9. So let me show you what that means. So the aspect ratio is always 16:9 or 9:16. Okay, so you've got desktop and mobile versions. Only then will they appear. Okay, those are the correct dimensions. Okay, now to begin, how would we start this? Now, first you need to select create with AI. Okay, so once you've got all your files, everything that you want to create, the options are you can actually create from prompt. So you need images. Now, in order to do this, I have actually created images prior in Artistically, and some I have created in videoExpress. So very flexible if you don't have Artistically, but I would recommend it because it's a whole different level of design images. So in order to create product holding videos, you need to select create with AI. The moment you select create with AI, scroll down and you shall see something called consistent character. Select consistent character, and now you will have this pop-up appear. Now with this pop-up, you have two aspects you can create your video, being landscape 16:9, as mentioned earlier when it comes to Artistically, and those creations that you make over there, or vertical for mobile. So desktop, mobile 16:9, and vertical is 9:16. So you decide what device you are trying to target. So you can do one, and then later on you can do the other one if that's what you so desire. Now, as you've probably seen before, first we need an image scene prompt, and we've got a couple of options: sharpen human faces, experimental if you want to share this in the public gallery, if you want this to be a talking photo, a human talking video. Okay, it's something that you can do, and if you want to boost the length of the video, you can also select that. Now, one key thing is this is the most important part when it comes to product holding. Now, I want to draw your attention to this drop down here. So we've got reference photo here, okay, and just down below is something called reference photo type. So it says human. Okay, now if I select the drop down, it's going to give me a number of different options: 2D, 3D, photorealistic, and other. Now, for the purposes of product holding, select 2D. The moment I select 2D, we have two reference photo sections have now appeared. Okay, this is really important. Why? Because in these reference photos, I am going to add first the subject, the male or female subject. Okay, secondly, I'm going to add the object that I intend to place when creating my video. So what would that look like? Now, if I go to Artistically, let me show you some examples. So here I had drinks bottle, we've got dash cam, another gym bottle there, and there's some really good creations. So these were some of the creations that I use. So we had the oil filter, you could have vehicle steering wheel. If I wanted to do it for a plumber or electrician, there's a hammer. I had a handbag there, electronics with in terms of the camera, sunglasses, a drone, mobile, telephone. So you can just imagine the list is endless. Now, if I go to my media library, okay, you can, if you so desire, if you do use Artistically and you import, you will see a file will be created called My Artistically Images, where you can access all those beautiful images that you want to utilize. Secondly, if I go back to media library, you can create your own folders and upload the images that you want to use in your product holding images. So say for example, I created a folder here called product holding. Now within this, I wanted to create some examples or use some examples like the gym bottle. Okay, so here was a gym bottle that I found on Alibaba.com, and I thought, let me create a promotional advertisement based off of that. Secondly, there's another gym bottle, and there's a drone. Okay, and these are some of the elements that I can use. So you can have things nice and organized. Now, if I return back to create with AI and I select consistent character, now first I want to select 2D. Okay, like I mentioned before, really important that will give you those two reference images. Now, when you're first gonna go through this process, test it out, have fun with it, and get familiar with it, because the key here is you need to know what your goal is. What are you looking to achieve? So say, for example, if I have that gym bottle, I want to create an image, essentially, or a video promoting that gym bottle, and then I can place that online social media, and then anyone that purchases from me, then, you know, if I have places like Amazon, or maybe I'm using additional services like TikTok Shop, then when the purchase occurs, then obviously you're going to distribute that product to the end user and make money. Okay, so first I'm going to select a reference photo. The moment I select reference photo, it's now going to ask me to select an image. And this is why I said earlier on, once you create your images, or you have images, then you can have it nice, neat and organized, and you'll see them appear here. Now for this example, I'll go to my artistly images because I made some really good subject images. So a rule of thumb is when you're going to use videoExpress, or this aspect of product holding, when it comes to consistent character, I would highly recommend using full length subjects. Okay, so we're going to go to reference photo, and I'm going to go select my artistly images. And one key thing I would mention, and I would highly recommend, is that when you're using a character or subject, male or female, have them as full length image. Okay, it works much better for the AI to recognize it, especially when you're creating your video shots opposed to, you know, half the torso. Okay, so here we have just a simple female that's showing full body length with a white background. Nice and simple. We don't need to complicate it. We want to keep it nice and easy for the AI to pick up. Okay, so once I select that and I choose, you will now see that has appeared as my reference photo. And that's it. Secondly, it's going to ask me for reference photo number 2. So first of all, this is the first component of my product holding video, which is obviously the subject, the female. And secondly, reference photo number 2 would pertain to the object that they're going to be holding. So if I go to these objects here, you can see I've got some ones I made earlier, as I've shown you. So we could just say, you know, here was the oil filter, wasn't it? So here we go. So here we have the female and an oil filter. So now we need to create an image scene prompt. So based on these two, okay, first we need to design or construct an image showing the scene. Because once we have the foundations or the image, then from the image, the AI will then generate the video based off the image. Okay, so step number 1 would be the image scene prompt. So I could just simply say the female mechanic is holding the oil filter in her hand in the car garage. Okay, and that's it. Now, once you've done that, there's nothing stopping you if you want to use things like ChatGPT. Okay, you can actually go there and create more sophisticated or advanced level prompts very easily. But at the moment, you know, keep it nice and simple and just experiment and have fun with it. Now, once I've done that, just simply select create image. Okay, this is the key here. We want to first create an image and then see, and we can test, we can tweak, we can make alterations. Now, you don't have to, but you can actually select create image again and allow that to load. So at least you've got 2 variations in the works. Okay, so I like to do that, so at least I've got a couple of images there, because if I don't like one, then I can actually look at the other one. So check this out. Okay, so here we have that female holding the oil filter in the garage, and that looked really, really high quality right there. Secondly, here's another one. So here we have the female here, and she's holding the oil filter and probably a cap from the vehicle there. So I've got beautiful 2 choices to choose from. For this one, I think I shall keep this lovely image here. Now, here's another tip I would highly recommend. Whenever you create an image, okay, this now becomes a future reference image. And what do I mean by that? So as we're building out our videos or our scenes, by having this image here, this has now created the environment. I'm in the garage, there's a car behind me, and I can actually have this saved because I can then create a continuity based on this image. Instead of the AI trying to construct a new garage, new background, maybe I want to keep this exact similar type scene environment in my future videos. So what I would do, I would always recommend with this image, just select save image, and that's it. It will be now saved into your folders. Now next, what do I do? So the female mechanic is holding the oil filter in her hand in the garage. Okay, garage, and the camera zooms into her smiling. Okay, simple, nothing too complicated. Now, once I've done that, select create video. Now, once I've done that, that is going to now be in the process of creation. So you can see just down below, your video will appear in your media library under the My Media tab when it's ready. Okay, so now what happens next? I want to build a couple of more scenes, don't I? Because I'm creating a video. So here we can see she's just holding the oil filter at the moment. So I kind of want to make her make more steps. Okay, I want to build out the scene a little bit further. Now what I want to do, can you see where it says reference photo? Select that, and I go to my AI images. Now this was the image that we just actually created and we saved. So I'm going to select that. The moment I select that, it has now become my new reference photo. Additionally, I have the oil filter from prior, and I'm going to leave that there. Okay, because I want the AI to recognize if there are any issues with that one, that it picks up it regardless. Okay, I've always got that reference photo. However, having said that, the AI is always very good, but in some cases, yeah, it might not always get the best result, but that's typical. Okay, it can occur, and it's fine because we can create images again and again and again. So the female mechanic is holding the oil filter in her hand in the car garage and putting it in the car engine or something, and we select create image. Okay, and I'm going to create 2 versions. Okay, so with creating these image scene prompts, the key here is, be more specific and you'll get a much better result. Like I mentioned earlier on, if you want to use ChatGPT to really build out your prompts, then please do so. So here we have the image number 1, and this one is still rendering, which is fine. But look at this original image here, okay? And then you can see it's a white car still there. And we'll give that a few moments because I'm really curious to see. Okay, there we go. So here we have this one where you can see she's smiling at the camera. And then secondly, we've got the other one there where it looks like, she's putting it more closer. So you can dictate which image you think is going to be the best, because it is going to then be converted into a video. So here I can just take this, right? And I can paste it there. So I copied this and I put it over there. It makes it much more easier. The female mechanic is holding the oil filter in her hand in the car garage and putting it in the car engine. The female guy holding the and walks to the car and is putting the car engine. And what do we do next? Another rule of thumb, like I mentioned earlier on. We have the image. Make a copy. Okay, and select create video. So we've done that. Always make a copy and give that a few moments, and then it will be in the pipeline for production. Now again, with the reference photo, I can now go back to my AI images, and this was the second scene, wasn't it, that we built out. Now that's changed again, and then with this one I can say the female mechanic is now cleaning the car engine. Okay, and create image, because every time we update that reference photos, we want continuity and consistency in our scenes and our videos. Otherwise, typically what would happen if you're creating it again from prompt and there's no reference photo, it may keep making different style garages, and it just it just doesn't look right. So this way we find it looks very, very good indeed. So here we go, she's cleaning the engine. Let's create another one. So you can see the car is there, and the keys, you decide which one you like, and just experiment and have fun with it. One thing that we found is that sometimes, when you overcomplicate things and you're trying to get everything all perfect, that's when those stumbling blocks can happen and you take no action. So just have fun with it and test it out, and just try different prompts. Here we go, she's cleaning. So I like this one, actually looks much better. So I'm going to say, let's clean this, bring this across here. So they're cleaning the engine. and make this cinematic. Okay, so it's all about the prompt. You can make it cinematic, you can change the style. ChatGPT is a great AI also if you want to develop out your image scene prompts or your video action prompts and really make them jaw-dropping or cinematic Hollywood production style videos. Okay, so next I'm going to select create video. Always make sure I keep a copy. That's the next scene. Create video, and that's it. It will now be in the process. Okay, I can close that now. You can see one of them is done. Show me. So let's have a look. And I place it on the timeline. Just have a check, and let's play it. And you can see how hyper realistic that is. Check this out again. The fast animated head movements. So this is why it was important. So you can see part 1 is her first holding the oil filter, isn't it? And then part 2, she's actually going to put the oil filter in. And then part 3 was her cleaning the engine, because, you know, when you change oil, then it gets kind of a little bit messy, doesn't it, on the engine block? Okay. So here we have. That's part 1, and the other ones will be rendered, but you get the gist of it. Now, the interesting thing is what you can do, we don't have to. If I go back to create with AI and I select consistent character, I go back to reference photo 2D, I go back, let me find the latest one that we had. Let's just say she had the oil filter. Okay, let's just go back there. Now, reference photo number 2, if you remember, it was always, you know, the object that's getting used. But for this one, you know, you can experiment and you can actually change the second reference photo. So the AI, we would assume and hope that it would pick up the oil filter in the original image. If I go to these images here and I say, let's get sunglasses. Okay, the lady is holding the oil filter in her hand in the garage and is wearing sunglasses. Okay, and create image. So the reason I'm showing you this is because the first reference photo incorporates the oil filter and the female and the environment already. What we want to do is layer another object into the scene, okay? And that's the sunglasses. So we want to put the sunglasses on her while she's holding the oil filter. So we can keep introducing, more objects or product holding in this case. So earlier on, you remember, we can put a drone in there, etc., etc. Now next, I can save this. Okay, and here we have, that's our new video. And each time you do this, you know, we've saved that image now, right? If I go back to reference photo and I go to my AI images, and now you can see the latest edition, the female, okay, holding the oil filter, wearing those sunglasses. Change the reference photo. Now she's got 2 objects, isn't it? Now reference photo number 2, I can come again and I can experiment. And let's have a look. If I go product holding, maybe I want to give her a gin bottle. Let's just put gin bottle. Even though she's holding something already, we can actually do it on the other hand. Or let's go a little bit more advanced. Let's say drone. Okay. So, and the drone is above her head. Flying. Create image and create. I like 2 variations. So you get the. So I'm hoping you can see the power of this. That you can actually perfect that one object, or you can have multiple objects, and how you would create these beautiful scenes throughout. Especially the key thing is that it's about consistency. That we have the same character, same scenes. And you know, it's just a great visual aspect to it. So let's have a look. So we've got one here, and you've got this one as well. So 2 ways she's holding it, and this one actually looks good. So we've got sunglasses, oil filter, drone, and we can just take this across, and hey presto, we have new video. And it'll be the same process. If I want, I save this particular image here. Okay, I can save that, and then it will be the same scenario where then I go to the reference photo and I can update that with the new latest one. And then I can change the reference photo, then have more something different. So it's, you know, it's unlimited when it comes to your creativity. So let's have a look at this. The next one, there's a couple of ones we can choose from. Let's have a look what they look like. So you can see she's put it in there, and then she's cleaning it. So beautiful scenes, a nice continuity of that character throughout the scene. So 1, 2, 3. And another key thing is if you want to redo it, you can. And what do I mean by that? Any of the clips, if I go back to the clip that I have in mind, I simply right click, and can you see where it says redesign? Select redesign. Now it will take you back to the process here. Okay. Anytime, if I want to come, I can actually select talking photos. Okay, I can do video length booster, etc, etc. Now with this, if I go create video now, guess what? You can actually have text to speech, voice recording, or you can import your own audio. So you can have it as a talking video. Okay, so let's go back to the media library because there's another video is being done. 1, 2, 3, and there we go, one more. Okay, so it's really easy in applying those. And then once I've done that, you know, if I want to make it talking photos, I can. If I want to go and select trait with AI, I can make it more fascinating or interesting by you know, doing object removal. If I want to remove anything, add sound effects. If I select let's go for import media, you can actually do text to speech. So if I want to let's just say, hey, welcome to my garage, as an example. So if you put your script in here, select import speech, you will see now here we have the audio. I simply select download, and then with that, if you go to your audio, you can actually come into voiceover. If you have anything, you can actually let's go back here. Actually, if I go to my media, I'm looking for my AI audio. There we go. So you got all this different audio, or if you want, don't be afraid to upload your own audio also. Okay, so if you just made a folder, let's just say my audio clips. Okay, let's just keep this simple. Audio clips, add, and my audio clips, you can see upload file, and then you can actually drag and drop. This one we've already done, so I drag it, dropped it, and upload, and there we have it. Okay, and then I can just simply drag it down and drop it. That's it. So we've got audio layer there, and then if I want add text animations, intro, or text animation, text effects, we can do all of that amazing stuff. Okay, all you do, select the one you want, select next, and you'll see all the information. Just replace, and then it'll add. Okay, other thing is, yes, you can do filters if you want to do camera pan, tiles, add any text, or add copywriting, watermarks. Either you upload your own logo, you can, or if you select tiles, just simply drag the tiles down to the bottom, right click, edit, and you can have all these other functions of adding text, you know, watermarking, add in a picture. Maybe you want to put branding on there, select the font, etc, etc. So you can really make those adjustments. And another key thing I would say, remember with consistent character, you know, you can experiment with different styles. What I mean by that, if I done one image here, okay, and the second one, maybe I want to do, you know, a teddy bear, 3D style teddy bear. You can actually mix and match like so, and it will appear something like this. So if I come down here, you'll see this gentleman holding the teddy bear. Okay, so really straightforward and simple, and you know, the outcome, or yeah, the outcome essentially, fantastic, beautiful designs, very high quality production, and you could definitely make commercial videos using this app, and it'll only get better. So hopefully you've enjoyed this short video, okay, tutorial, but it required that time just to go through, so you can truly understand. But you know, don't be shy when it comes to using it. Test it, experiment with it, and have fun with it. I think that's the key thing, okay? And remember, you can also do it in mobile version. So hopefully you enjoy this video, and I shall see you in another video.